FHTV. Welcome to Freedom House TV. It's Thursday night. Great to have you here live and interactive on the internet. My name is Dave. It's so nice to have you coming into my den each and every Thursday night. I have some special guests joining me today. It's Erin Hutchison, as I live and breathe. How you doing?
I'm doing very good, thank you.
Very, very nice. All right. I have another special guest.
What?
Another one. It is a 3-person Freedom House TV tonight. Nicki.
Hello.
Yes. All right. Doing well. All right. There we are. Okay. Now we get a nice wide view. Erin's coming from the kitchen. The kitchen. Nicki, I'm betting this is on the porch.
But of course.
Or like a sauna of some description. Like, is it, actually,
yeah, definitely porch.
It's probably a bit of both with this humidity. Yeah, it's probably.
I'll just wipe my
I feel like I've just come from a sauna. So
Terry says we're bringing out the big guns today. That's right, Terry Howard. Phil's also excited about our roster of special guests, so that's good. If you're watching, leave a comment and join in the fun tonight. We're going to hang out and chat a little bit about last Sunday at Freedom House and Sunday coming up. So, Nicki, actually, well, hang on. Let me even show, because I can do that. Here's what I'll do. Let me show you. Today, you and I, we are talking about Nicki speaking on Sunday. Let me just find the picture here. I'll share this so people can see it, because you have to see, because Nicki talks a lot about this one particular location in town. You've called it Care Paravel for years, and this is it, right? This is your spot.
That's true. My spot.
What are we looking at here?
Put my bench back. It's very nice. I went by a couple weeks ago and my black bench was gone, which is the premium view, and there is a lesser view that, if you have to share the space, but black bench is premium view.
So where is this? Where is this spot in town?
So this is not far from Wilkes Dam, actually right behind Glenhurst Art Gallery. And you're not allowed to sit there.
You're not allowed to sit there?
My spot.
Oh. This is more of
you just made me reveal my sweet spot. No, everybody's going to go sit there now.
I see your brother made a comment that she dragged you all the way out there. That tells me that Fred has been dragged there before.
Yeah, I've dragged my fair share of humans out there. That's true.
So Nicki speaking this coming Sunday about rest. We taped. Obviously, this will not come to as a huge surprise if you're watching this, that we've been not doing our teaching stuff live on Sundays. We've been taping it since the beginning of this pandemic, and so we went and we taped today's Sunday morning teaching today, and we were talking about rest, and it's kind of neat, Nick, actually, because this is your, like, aside from your porch, this is your spot where you go to be with Jesus, right? So, like, what is it about this spot, aside from how pretty it is, but that you like, why this spot for you to go and be with Jesus?
Well, it's very pretty. I can get a good view of the sunset there. And I take sunsets very, very personally. And when God was teaching me profound lessons about rest in that kind of first few years, sitting by the water and sunsets were really, really significant in how he drew me to the quiet and to the still. And so that I began to hunt for a place where I could watch the sunset in Brantford. And that is my favorite spot.
Well, that's not nothing.
That really isn't that far away from you either. Like, it's not like you're hiking to the other side of.
It's true. It's a true gift. I can get there 20 minutes walking, 5 minutes by car, and it's a real gift. Honestly, I get really cantankerous when people are sitting there.
Yeah, and actually, you could even cut your walk in half if you ran right across the train tracks.
That is true.
Yeah, that's incredibly dangerous. Incredibly dangerous. The Farrens say You got out of the kitchen real fast. You were over with them helping out at the Blessing Center tonight.
Yes.
I think.
Yes, I literally just walked in the door. Thank you, Mr. Howard. He gave me a ride, so I was made here on time.
So, Erin, you and I have been spending a little bit of time together this week. We've been doing the Week of Kindness, and this was what was this, Monday? No, this was
yesterday.
This was yesterday. Yesterday, over at the Ranford Blessing Center, over at the Barneswell's house, we were doing this the free pop-up candy shop. It went really well, didn't it? It was kind of cool.
It was a lot of fun. It was one of my favorite parts about it is that this neighborhood is a neighborhood that we've already blessed, that we spent all last summer in. And so by coming back, we're able to see some of our friends again. A lot of the kids that we met when we had our inflatable there at the Barneswells, we're back around, and it was good to connect with them again, and even some of the neighbors and things like that too.
And so we were, I mean, literally that was our grand plan that you see in the picture right there. Aside from Todd Hewinson's face, he wasn't part of the grand plan, but he was, we set up tents, and we gave away candy. We've got a bunch of candy at Freedom House from our friends at the Goodness Project that we partner with, another group that does incredible stuff. And actually, they've been really doing amazing stuff during the pandemic and beyond, especially in the States. But we had all this candy, and we yelled free candy into the neighborhood. And as long as it doesn't rain, we're going to go back and do it again tomorrow. So that should be fun.
Yeah, it was really fun to be able to live at or be generous on all occasions kind of value as well, because it wasn't like, here's a Hershey's Kiss. It was like handfuls of candy. So that's a lot of fun, because it's just like the shock factor of people. They think, oh, free candy, okay, it'll just be a little bit. And then we have this giant bag, and they're like, oh gosh, not that much. It was fun.
That's right. Rennick apparently agrees with you, Nicki, that he would feel cantankerous as well if people are in his seat. That's right.
It has never been empty. All of the times that I've walked by there, I've never had the opportunity to sit there. So
I pray a lot before I get there,
that
shooing people away in the spirit. No.
I think that's laid out clearly in the book of 1 Timothy. Well, listen, let's chat a little bit about Sunday. Sunday was a really a fantastic week, and we had Bishop Vaughn McLaughlin from Jacksonville, Florida. He's a mega church pastor in Jacksonville, which, it was a real honor that he took some time out to be able to chat with us. But really what it turned out being is not just he took a little time out to chat with us. He was super excited that Brian reached out to him, and not only that, but he has made comments even today. He shared the video through his social networks of the conversation, and said the words that he hopes that this is the beginning of a conversation, and to be able to share our experience and their experience and his life. And I mean, some of the things that he shared, I don't know about you guys, but I mean, the story of his college roommate who wandered into day one of university and called him every name in the book, and by the end of the time together, they were the closest of friends. And one of the things that he said, put up here, is that it's a sin problem, not a skin problem. That really stuck out to me. And another thing he said was, there's no confrontation, then there's no conviction. If there's no conviction, there's no conversion. And both of those things were really, really interesting when it comes to this issue. And it's not an easy issue, right? Like, I don't know about you guys, but Brian admitted during Sunday that it's not an easy issue to even find ways to be able to find the right context to be able to even talk about. But I know, Erin, even you and I were over at the Barneswell's house this week, and there's obviously been another really, really terrible thing happen in Kenosha, Wisconsin this week. But because And this is one of the things that he talked about too, because we have relationship and we have friendship and we're genuine brothers and sisters. We're able to have real conversations, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's significant. I know even for myself, it's been my relationships that I've had with people of color that I've been able to foster real friendships, so that when these things come up, I can go, wait a minute, tell me what's real. Help me sort out what's rhetoric, what's true. Tell me your experience, and, because things are politicized sometimes, but there's real people involved and real people with real stories, and that matters. And, I personally think relationship is so key. I think it's easy, just like on social media, it's so easy to, just kind of, because there's distance on social media, it's really easy to say mean things and say awful things. But yet, when you actually knew that person, you probably would never say that to them. And I think the rule applies here too.
I really appreciated how we kind of centered the whole conversation under relational poverty, and the fact that this is a symptom of that, right? And the fact, I really enjoyed that we took a look at the subject in okay, so what does the Bible say about this? Clearly, Vaughn, is someone who has reason to be angry and has been through a lot and experienced a lot, but the importance to take that to the cross and to see how Jesus sees, which I don't say lightly, would not be an easy thing to do. That's something I really appreciated about that conversation.
Yeah. If you're watching, love to hear what some of your thoughts might be. Would love to hear what your comments are, either obviously online here or in general. Would love to be able to hear some of your comments. Well, we had a big announcement this past Sunday as well. We returned in person. I hope you guys all appreciated how I put the fake cheering in the middle of Sunday.
Well done.
I did.
Yes, yeah, I knew that you would. So that's happening coming up September the 13th. This is a few Sundays from now, so we still have time to be able to talk through. And if you do have thoughts or questions, as we get closer, we're going to be rolling out a little bit more of the details about how this is all going to work, and some of the different procedures. Wanted just to be able to show you here tonight. We have it set up on freedomhouse.ca at this point. When you go to freedomhouse.ca, at the very top of it, there'll be a banner that'll show you. It'll say to register for Sunday service. When you click on it, this is what it looks like. So it's just a first and last name and your email, and you share down here at the bottom the number of people in your family that are going to be attending. And it may feel like this is a weird detail that why should I have to do this? Well, for the first little bit, especially being able to make sure that we get a good flow, and we want to be able to be honoring of the provincial guidelines, right? So this is a way to be able to specifically even help Erin and Nicki as we plan, because we want to be able to do this right, and we want to be able to do it safely, and we want to be able to do it in an honoring way. And this hasn't been easy, guys. Like, this has not been an easy thing to be able to find the best right way to be able to do this. And maybe there is no best right way, but we're working hard at it, aren't we?
Yeah, we've taken a few runs at it, and I think it's important. Like, I know you guys' leadership team have really prayed about it and heard from God. It's really cool how you as a team have kind of come together, and we're not going to get it perfect, but we're being obedient and stepping forward.
Nicki, how's this process been for you? Because I know, well, we'll just say, frankly, you said from the very beginning that you may be the worst offender and the want desperately just to be able to go up and hug other elements of humanity. But
we're gonna need to put Nicki in like a hula hoop. So
yeah. I'm gonna have to wear a sign. I'm pretty sure. Do not approach the beast. But yeah, it's been an interesting challenge because physicality, hugs, high fives, pats on the head, smiles, for crying out loud, which are now hidden behind masks, are such means of my communication. And so I feel like I've had arms, legs, lips cut off, and I now have to grunt or something.
Some masks are cooler than others, though.
Yes, for sure.
Was that one of them? I don't know whether that was one of them or not. But
I reserve my right.
That's right. Rennick says in regards to what happened Sunday is the worst thing that we could do is not talk together, because if there's no talk, there's no moving forward. Absolutely. And I think that's true in almost any possible scenario, really, right? Like, you don't chat with your friends, you don't understand where they're coming from. Sometimes we presume that we do. And it also comes to something like how we're going to be doing Sunday services. We are going to be as open and exposed about some of the reasons why. And we've already had some people ask us, why are we going to have to do this? Why are we going to? And we are going to be requiring masks. And the reason is that everybody in Ontario is requiring masks to be able to go inside. And so we believe in honoring our government when it comes to that. And so that's one of the reasons why we're doing that. And so we're going to honor what the rules are that the people have asked of us. But if there are questions and you want to be able to know some of the whys and some of the different ways that you would feel safer, as we roll this back out, please talk to us. Please talk to us. And there is no best answer for everybody. We also understand that this really is do what's the best for your family without judgment or condemnation, right? Like, this is we know that every family's different. Every family is dealing with different family situations. Everybody is, there are sometimes other things that others don't see about how and why we make decisions. And, the world has been very careful about this for a long time. So we know that we've all been very careful about it for a long time. And so you will know what's best for your family, right?
Yeah. And we're still going to do everything online as well. So it's not like, oh no, I'll have to come or I'm going to miss it. We're still going to do our service online as well. And we're going to, in the next coming months, figure out ways that we can stay connected. So, we'll miss people on Sunday mornings, but we'll figure out other opportunities that they do feel safe and love to involve that. Because we really need our family. We need our church family at the moment. So we always do. So we'll figure out some other options.
One thing is this week, one of the bad things about this past week is that it rained on Wednesday, so we couldn't get together to do just worship. One of the good parts about this week's raining is that we get to see each other next week to do worship. So on Wednesday night, our just worship yesterday was postponed because of the rain. And obviously, if you know anything about electronics and rainstorms, they are two things that do not mix in any way, shape, or form. I made a soundboard joke. Did you hear that? They don't mix in any. No, it wasn't good. It was. No, it wasn't even really a joke. But they obviously that was a impossibility. So we are going to attempt to do this next Wednesday night out at the Voss's house. That's the address out there. If you don't, have a pen and the paper to write it down right here, don't worry. There's social media that it's always there. And if not, you can always just send us a message and go, hey, where is it? And we'd love to see you on Sunday or on Wednesday night for just worship. Hopefully tomorrow it's not going to rain on us. If it doesn't, we're going to be doing the pop-up candy shop again coming up tomorrow night from 6 to 8 at the Barnes Wells house. If you want the address for that and you don't have it, just send Erin a message and she'd be happy to pass that along about where you can go to be able to give away candy. And Nicki is coming up on. Say again?
I said it's going to be fun because it'll be once people are done work. So it's a fun after dinner or maybe even pre-dinner snack that you can come over and say hi.
Yes. And have candy. You also get candy. If you come, you can eat candy. We have lots and lots. Yeah. See, Doug got my joke.
He used it, called it an attempt, though. I don't know.
I don't know if I should feel good or bad if Doug, you and I get each other, right? I don't know. Yeah, it's probably good. Doug and Laura, by the way, happy anniversary, guys.
Yeah.
You guys had what was it, 42? Is that right? Do you remember that?
That's what I'm remembering too.
Oh, look at that. Doug and Laura, 42 years old. I love it. Or for 42 years of marriage. I love when the Farrens, I guess they've been a part of Freedom House now for, I'm gonna guess, 5-6 years or something like that. So fairly new in knowing them. And so I love anniversary times when people post old wedding photos, and I'd like to play "Would I Have Recognized Them" or something like that. I think I would have recognized them. It
would be pretty similar.
Steve and Nicki, I don't know if you saw their. I don't know what you'd recognize them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably would.
His hair moved. It went just crawled onto his face instead.
It sure did. Oh, I was right. Look at that. 42 years.
Well done, David.
How in the world did I remember that?
I have no idea.
I'm impressed, David.
The spirit of the sovereign God is upon me. That's right. Awesome. Well, that's really good, and we love popping on Thursday nights to say hi and just talk about some of the stuff that's coming. Nicki's speaking on Sunday. Mentioned a little bit about it, but Nicki, give us a teaser. What are the things that you're going to chat about this Sunday?
Well, we're going to chat about the invitation that rest is a promise and it is a command, and it's one of those things that sometimes I think we think the rest of God is an optional perk of Christianity when it's actually the very foundation that we're supposed to work from. And so we're going to explore a little bit about what that means and how to do it.
Some of the things that you talk about come with a little bit of a gulp afterwards and go, oh my goodness, some of the language that God uses with this is a lot more than just suggestive.
Yeah. That's one of the hard lessons I've had to learn and am learning still. Sometimes the excuses I make for myself and the justifications for staying in worry and staying in fear, all of a sudden when you actually hold it up to the light of eternity and the things that Jesus bought for us suddenly pale quite comparatively. So yeah, it's a good challenge.
Cool. That's Sunday morning, 10 o'clock, YouTube and Facebook. And hey, there, Terry says, sounds like hard work. Yes, to some more than others. In the I certainly am in that department where it takes real. You talk on Sunday or today that you'll hear Sunday about having to book time for your sit on the bench and overlook the river, right? Like,
yeah.
Was it an easy thing to be able to start being a person that books time for this?
Well, no, because I'm driven to be an achiever, and that's, I think, been one of the hardest lessons that I've had to learn in this journey. And it was actually interesting because the promised land, God promised the promised land a land of milk and honey. But what was it? It was a land of 31 cities to be conquered. It wasn't just ease and no work. There was still work to be done. And but God led them. God brought them the victory. God gave them the insight, the wisdom, the revelation when they obeyed. And I think that's the difference. I think sometimes we're doing all this work from our own strength, and God actually says, step into my rest and let's do this together.
It's awesome. Cool. Erin, you want to pray for us, and then we'll say goodnight.
Deal. So, Father, we just thank you for all of our friends here, Lord. I just ask that as we go about our week, Lord, that you would just be on our hearts and our minds, Lord, that we would have our eyes open to the people around us and their needs, Lord. God, we just desire to show you to everyone we come in contact with, Lord. We just want to show your kindness, Lord, and help us to do that. God, I just pray that you would bless Bishop Vaughn and the message he had to share, Lord. And I just ask that you give our church and churches across North America wisdom, and revelation of how to begin these discussions about racism and work towards solutions, Lord, because you are a loving Father who wants to heal relationships and who has creative solutions. And God, we just open our ears and our eyes to those. Father, we love you, and I just bless each person that is watching this. Amen.
Amen. Awesome. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out with us tonight. Goodbye,
Train
Nicki.
going by. That was for
Goodbye,
Doug.
Erin. Yes.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.